Hello creative friends, this is Joy. So today I decided to make a Zine or a Zine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So I took a piece of paper and I folded it in half one way, and now I'm folding it in half the long way. And then I'm folding each long half again so that we have it folded long way into 4 sections, and then the short way into 2 sections. And then I take my scissors and I shave off just a little bit of the top where it's folded so I get a hole in it big enough to use my scissors and cut in between the two folds, so that it is open in the middle but not cutting all the way to the end. And so I'm going from one fold to the other so that I have that cut in the middle, and then I can open it up and fold it into a little book. And I had my granddaughter with me at the time, and I'm trimming off just a little bit, and she wanted me to help her with hers, so I did the same thing with hers. I cut the middle and found it was easier if I cut just a little bit bigger hole and then cut to the two folds and then made the book. And then once you have the book, I wrote on it with a pencil the cover, and then page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the back. Because once you get those on there, and I always put an underline under the one so I knew which way I was going, then I opened it up and I started decorating the different pages. So I decided to start on the cover, but I went through my stash first because I decided that this would be like quotes. And I found this little title that said quotable quotes, and I found inspirational quotes that I wanted to add to each of the pages. And so I decided to put these on my page, and I wanted to do some kind of like a painterly background with some watercolor paints. So that's what I did here. I just grabbed my watercolors and a brush and just trying to do a quick like little painterly, background for my quotes and my title. And then I also had these stickers, and I thought it'd be cute to put like, maybe some little hearts or butterflies or, something, some little stickers on there too. I also decided I wanted to add this bit of washi tape at the bottom of the page. So I'm putting that on there, and it has like little inspirational sayings. So once I got my watercolor on my paper, I glued down my title, and then I have this little flower sticker that I decided to put on there, and I had some butterflies. I wanted to add a butterfly. The problem is there was a lot of white around this butterfly, which I didn't care for, so I just decided to take my scissors and cut some of that off of there so that it wasn't so much white, because I wanted to have this sticker kind of almost on top of the title, but I didn't want it to cover my title, of course. And so I figured, it'd be better just to cut some of that white off. So I put my sticker on my title page, and then I trim, because of the wing kind of overlapping, I just trim that off, because that's going to be my front cover. And then the next one is going to be my back cover. So I kind of do the same thing. I decided to add some watercolor to it, and I have a couple of stickers that I wanted to add to the back. So I'm just using my watercolors and trying to add some color to the page and give it a quick blast, to help it dry. And I decided it needed more because I was, what little bit I put on there was the stickers would have completely covered up. So I had a little bit more watercolor and then put my stickers down on the back cover, and I signed it because of when I get done with this, it's going to be like a little mini work of art. So I wanted to sign it. So now I'm working on the other pages that would be on the inside of this little book, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just adding a bit of watercolor to it and a couple of different colors. And I have my quote that I decide I'm going to put on this page, on this particular page. And I'm using my heat gun to try to dry it. It dried fairly quickly, but there was some drips of water that dripped on there that kind of soaked it a little bit. And then I took my glue stick and glued my quote onto the page that I wanted to put on there, and then grab my stickers to add like a little flower to that page. So I continue with the rest of the pages doing this, similar thing, adding some watercolor paints, the quote, and then a little sticker. So they're all generally, the same general idea. And I really like the way that this little book turned out, and I will try to see if I can scan it and make a copy of it and put it on my I'm putting down some more washi tape again on the other side, and put it on my blog. So if anyone wants to download a copy of it, then they can go to my blog and then download a copy of it. So I should be able to get this scanned and put into some kind of a document that I could put on my blog for downloading. But I thought it turned out really cute, and I have a couple of friends at work, that I thought it might. Oh, there goes my clock. Every time I'm recording, it never fails. I put a little heart on that particular page. It's very early in the morning here. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd just get up and edit this video. But I do the same thing to this page, putting some color on there, drying it with my heat gun. And this particular, there's two of them there that just seem like they needed to have like a little bit of a background or a border. So I found some coordinating cardstock, glued it on there, and then kind of did a quick trim around it so that it had like a little border and was on, a little bit sturdier paper. And I did the same to this other quote. It just seemed like that they both needed to be on something with some kind of a border, because all the other quotes had like little borders around them except these two. So I wanted to get those on something with a border. And then I decided to go ahead and add some paint to these others so that they could be drying while I decorate the one page that I just did. And I'm trying to use like, a couple of different colors to kind of match the colors in my quote on each of these pages, so that it, kind of complements the colors in the quote. So that's what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, I think this was turned out really cute. And like I said, I have a couple of friends at work that, I think would really like to have a little book of inspirational quotes. So I did take several copies of this, and I'll show you at the end how I, put it together and finish it off. So that once I printed the extra copies, I just folded it up just like I did this one. I cut it in the middle, and then I made it into a book, and then I add a little bit of baker's twine to it, which you'll see that at the end. So I made a couple of copies that I can give to friends at work and add a couple stickers to those. So that's my book, and here I'm folding it back up so I can show you what it looks like. So the front, the middle, and the back. And then here's one that's printed. So I folded it in half. I folded it in half again, just like I did in the beginning, trying to get my corner straight, and then folded each end in. And then I shaved a little bit off the center, cut it from one fold to the other, and then folded it into a book. So if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my channel to see more, or you can leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I do these videos to share my art with everyone, although I'm a little disappointed with a notice recently from YouTube that they're going to stop allowing channels to be monetized, but I don't do this for the money. I just do it to share. So there's the completed book. I hope you guys liked the video, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.